Let's talk about how much does it actually cost to buy a home in today's market. And it doesn't really matter about today's market or any other market. Like, how much money do you actually need to buy a home? This is Anka, your ready to go realtor, and before I begin with some tips and recommendations on what exactly do you need and how much money you actually need to buy a home, I just wanna say everybody thank you for watching this, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel as I will be posting every week. To a very minimum as a buyer, you will need 3% or 3.5% in down payment money. Now that is not closing funds. Those money doesn't go towards your closing cost. It's just down payment towards your loan. For example, if you have a home that you are looking to buy at $300,000, 3% from that $300,000 is gonna go towards your loan, and you're just gonna finance the difference, and you're gonna pay interest and principal on the remaining balance from that $300,000 minus 3% or 3.5%, depending on how you get qualified, if you are an FHA loan or a conventional loan. Now, depending on your credit score, there are buyers that they don't qualify for an FHA or a conventional loan, and they have to come with 5% down payment, 10% or even 20% down payment. There are situations where buyers, they have enough cash in hand and they would like to go with the 20% down payment, and they get better interest rates. They don't have to buy down their rate anymore. If they are at 20% down payment, they absolutely go with a better interest rate. Now, if you are a VA and you are going with a VA loan, that is zero down payment. So you need $0 amount to qualify for a loan. You don't need down payment for a VA loan. And I've had those buyers and they were so happy and surprised in the same time. I will give you one of my stories with my buyer from 2 years ago. It was a good friend of mine and he is a VA. So we started our journey in looking for a home for his family, and we ended up buying a new home with D.R. Horton. To secure a loan at that time, it was $1,000 just to secure the property, and then you will start the process to get pre-approved by their in-house lender and get all their incentives to the closing cost and get qualified for final approval. So we started with $1,000 down payment. That money is gonna stay with the D.R. Horton mortgage or any other builder out there, in-house lender, till you reach the closing table, and then it's gonna be applied towards your closing cost. Now, let me tell you this specific story that I'm talking about. My buyers, they only needed $1,000 to secure this property. And then with all the incentives that the builder was giving them towards closing costs, because they did not need any money for the down payment. They were a VA. A VA loan means 0% down payment. So with all the incentives that they got from the builder, and they had another special towards VA, they ended up at closing getting money back from the $1,000 that they put to secure the property. They got back a check, 100 and something. There are a few mistakes that every single home buyer should avoid before starting their journey to buy a house. You should not go and look at properties without a pre-approval. Definitely, I highly recommend it, and I always encourage my buyers to sit down with a lender and go over their financials and find the budget that you think you can afford to buy a house. And once we have that budget, then we know where we can look for that price point for a home. So how much money do you need to buy a home actually in today's market? We will have to have this conversation one-on-one with a lender, and I will be happy to connect you with one and schedule an appointment in person in my office, or I can meet you in your home, or we can meet at the lender's office. Definitely, I encourage you to reach out to me. You can find all my contact informations in the description below, and I'm looking forward to hear from you. If you are asking yourself if now is a good market to buy, my question to you is where are you living right now? Are you paying rent somewhere? That means you are paying somebody else's mortgage. So yes, now is the time to buy and own a real estate property. If you have a job for a minimum of 2 years and you have been employed and you have a steady source of income, you have a good credit score, it's time to buy a home. And do not be scared about all the noise around this real estate market and the interest rates. I've seen miracles in real estate market. I have seen the impossible become possible. I have seen buyers with not having too much money into their saving account and still being able to secure a home and move into a brand new home. So please do not be discouraged and reach out to me. I would love to work with you and I would love to encourage you through the journey. I will have to give you all the resources that are out here and connect you with great lenders in the area, great new builders, especially if you are a first-time home buyer. I mentioned before in other videos of mine that I highly encourage everyone to buy a new build versus a pre-owned home in today's market, just because of their closing cost incentives and because of their interest rates. I'm all about education and conversation, and the time is just not enough whenever I record a YouTube video to go over all the details that involves in the process of buying a new home or your first-time home buyer guidelines. But definitely you will need money to buy a home, and it's not only for the down payment, but you will need money for your closing cost. And then if you want to do a home inspection, that is also paid by the buyer and is not paid by the seller. And some sellers, they don't want to pay the title policy in today's market, and then we have to go through negotiations where maybe we can meet them halfway, or they end up paying at the end of the day, and buyers, they are just successfully closing with more money in their pocket. I hope you like all the good informations I'm providing, and I'm looking forward to connect with you one-on-one. All my contact informations are in the description below.